Hey everyone, this guy Sif and welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at mob filters, more specifically how we can separate each of these mob types from each other so that we can process them efficiently and perfectly. So the system in the end will look something like this, and yeah, so we are separating the zombies, skeletons, baby zombies, creepers, the whole pandemonium except for spiders. So this is going to be the output from, say, a mob farm, in this case some dispensers, and all the mobs will drop into the central chamber where they'll be concentrated and then processed in each one of these colored chambers for each of the mob collections. So why would you want to separate them? Well, since 1.17 there's an incentive to farm certain mob types, for example drowns from zombies, which can give you some copper, and baby zombies just put a spanner into the works of everything. Skeletons can be converted to strays for slowness arrows. Creepers for a very long time can be shot by skeletons to get some music discs. Witches can be killed using looting to get some redstone or can be used for potion farms. And finally, zombie villagers can be converted back to zombies with reduced trades. So now we're going to learn how each one of these gets separated out. Alright, so let's get down to this. So the first thing is we've got this huge tray, preferably from a very efficient mob farm or even a not very efficient one. All the mobs will funnel through onto the magma blocks right here. They will get pushed to the middle row by these pistons, and then by the other pistons they'll get pushed right down into the central tube. Now, the only problem with this is, since it's just a 1x1 tube, it doesn't work with spiders, which is why we've got the magma blocks there to, kill the spiders. We've also got these signs to stop water flow and trapdoors to sort of trap the spiders there and prevent them from walking up. On the next layer, we've got the redstone for the piston concentrators. Target blocks activate the pistons, and then 2 ticks later, they get concentrated further. Alright, so the first actual filter we're going to be looking at is the baby zombie filter. So as you can see, there is a gap over there, which is actually just 1 wide. So only mobs which are 1 block tall can pass through, such as, you guessed it, baby zombies and chicken jockeys. So here, if I flick the button, you can see the piston extending above, the sea lantern retracting, thanks to the piston timing stuff. But essentially the baby zombies get pushed into this block and then pushed over into the collection chamber. Now this also works for just the mob drops, such as string from the upper farm, so it's good to have a hopper there. The next one is for creepers. So creepers have this unique capability that among the 2 block tall mobs, they're actually not the tallest, they are just shy of a trapdoor. So creepers can pass through this gap, but not the other 2 tall mobs. There are obviously no 1 tall mobs to worry about, so yeah. Once again, this works exactly the same way, 1 tick delay there and a torch powering the sea lantern puller, which then allows them all to drop down into the final piston-based or height-based filter, which is for skeletons and zombies, zombie villagers, and witches. So here we've got a lily pad on a waterlogged trapdoor. The reason for that is very interesting. If you check out the Y value, we're just a tiny bit higher than a carpet. Now this is just enough to actually stop only skeletons from passing through. Also the lantern plays a very important role, because the lantern is just tall enough to block the skeletons' heads, but not the other 3 mob types, which will pass through this. We've got some redstone back here, so we've got 1 piston which pushes them across. It actually activates from back here. These are the delays. This piston pushes the zombies across into that chamber there. After some delay, this piece of glass gets pulled across, allowing skeletons to pass through, and there's another sticky piston which pushes the skeletons through after a lot more delay, and they get collected at the bottom here. The final filter are for villagers, zombie villagers and zombies. So they can't actually swim in lava. They don't swim in lava, but witches can, because they do have fire resistance potions, and the other ones just drop into the water here, extinguishing the fire. Alright, over here we've got a hopper clock with 7 items in it. So every 7 items, this observer detects what has happened. 4 tick pulse, which, powers everything. And basically the filtering starts from the bottom up because it's easier to have your control at the bottom rather than at the top. And yeah, this is the entirety of the redstone. Really simple. All you need to do is just switch this on and you can see each of the filters working together. So you can see the witches are dropping through while the items are staying behind. Witches then drop into this lava, then try and swim. They take their own time, but it eventually gets done. What I can do is just flick this button here, which will spawn in a bunch more mobs. Let's actually make it 2. Why not? And you can see the processing happening. You can see the items getting pulled out into the blue chamber. Creepers getting pushed out there. Then over here we've got the zombie villagers and the witches, and the skeletons getting pushed off into the white chamber. And you can see this is very, very reliable. I think the only problem is that we're getting a few zombies getting killed because, well, we are dropping them a very long distance. So I don't think I'd blame them for not making it. Alright, so here's slightly better view. You can see the creepers and the witch makes it through. Creeper gets pushed out, witch makes it through again. Witch gets pushed into the lava. And yeah, basically just keeps happening. We've got a skeleton coming through. Skeleton gets pushed into the other chamber. I mean, this is just very, very satisfying to watch, all things considered. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. This means SkySeth and I'm out. So chuff now, and I shall see you later. Bye bye.